Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? Happy Monday, and hope you had a great weekend. Let's get into the market updates. Lots to talk about today. First and foremost, Bitcoin 27,845, ETH 1860. Pretty much everything looking pretty weak across the board. Matic 93 cents. This is kind of one of those times where you feel like the market, everything is just kind of shrinking in, and people are pulling liquidity. So, with that being said, it just depends on what your strategy. Again, I still have those stables, baby. And I do have some positions, but I'm waiting for that island money, as I always talk about. Now, what you clicked on the video for, BRC-20 tokens. So, if you haven't been sleeping under a rock, BRC-20 tokens are basically inscriptions on the Bitcoin blockchain. Now, ordinals kind of took off decently as NFTs, and I just felt like I was always chasing it, so it was kind of hard to get the ones that were of value, and most of the high value ones were like gate kept very hard with white lists and all that stuff. So, but BRC-20 tokens, basically what they're doing is they're issuing a supply of tokens. And your first question is, what's the use case? The use case at the moment for most of these are they're meme coins. They're part of history in crypto. So be very careful on what you get. Now, what are some tips? Well, first of all, I'll leave some links. BRC20.io is the coin market cap of BRC20s. So you can see the TVL of the total market cap has totally exploded, almost to $1 billion. Already with the top $500 million market cap. Pepe, now I don't know if this is the team that made the other Pepe or the OG Pepe, or there's all kinds of Pepe controversy right now, especially if you look at the historical Pepe that launched in 16 or 17, and they're saying that they are the OG Pepe, but whatever, they're all meme coins at the end of the day. So some very cool things on BRC20.io is you can basically, it sorts all these projects. And let me tell you, there's a ton of shit coins. Some of these don't even have market cap, as you can see as we go down, which basically means none have been traded. Now, you have to be careful with these and make sure that you are actually getting the correct item. Okay, so let's say I wanted to buy some ORDI. I click on ORDI. It gives me the market cap, the price, the volume. And I click on that, and then I can click on markets. So we have had some CEXs like Gate.io that has started to list these BRC20s. And these are basically all of the markets. So when you say it's a BRC20, the key is you have to have a Bitcoin TapRoot address, okay? It's a special type of wallet that allows you to transfer these BRC20s. So the markets, and then you can click on it, okay? And then it opens up that particular market. Most, like this is the Unisat market, okay? So right now, it's kind of similar to OpenSea in the sense that it lists them in these squares. Now, what I would like to see, and I can't believe they haven't done this, is just have order books. Just have order books like an exchange, and, instead of this. So like, for example, this top number is the number of tokens that you get. So wait, let's go back one. So ORDI has a supply of 21 million, okay? So what this is, if you came over here, this means that there's 50 ORDI in here. This is the cost per ORDI, and then if I wanted to buy, I could buy now, and then I wait for the transfer. And then you're like, well, how does that work? Well, this works through the Unisat wallet. So you come over here to Unisat, it's a Chrome extension, it pops up on your bar just like MetaMask, and you go through the creation process and make sure you select a TapRoot wallet. okay, when it asks what kind of wallet you want. So here's a wallet, and then basically it just shows all your stuff on here. So not that hard to do. Now, some people say you can do Sparrow or other options. There are other options. You also have ordinalswallet.com, which uses an Ethereum MetaMask signed TX to basically make your wallet. Same kind of setup over here, collections. You know, you have these different collections, Bitcoin punks, blah, 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 blah. You go, you click, and you buy. But again, especially with the tokens. So things got off pretty hot with ordinals, okay? And then, like I said, a lot of the good projects were whitelisted, or they get kept, or they made you jump through 20 hoops. And then that kind of died off a little bit. And then everyone's like, sub 10K inscriptions are worth the money. So whatever. But when these tokens started launching, that's when things went freaking bananas. But again, I would like to see, you got your filter here, I would like to see like these as order books instead of as NFTs. So it's a little confusing. But what I will give to Unisat is they do make it easy. Now, here's one thing. Unless you've done 20 transactions on Unisat, you can't use the marketplace, which is a little sad, which sucks. So a lot of people were forced over onto the CEXs or over onto Ordinal's wallet. So like here's Ordinal's wallet. If we go back here, we click back on Ordi, go down here, markets. So here's Ordinal's wallet. So by using this link on the BRC-20, you can confirm that you're arriving on the correct one. You're not getting a scam token basically. So no listings. So there's no listings of Ordi here. So you can't even get Ordi over here. So again, I'm hoping Unisat opens this marketplace up to everyone. And DYOR, there was some kind of hack or something on Unisat. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but let's see now. I'll leave a link down to the Twitter if you want to check it out. But somehow there was a bug in this and somebody took Ordi or something that they didn't deserve. So anyways, that is Unisat. That is Ordinals. Now, the big thing last night was the VPMX launch. So if you want to check the floor on a particular project, you just go over to Marketplace, and you can use view only if you want. And you click on Ordi, and then you click on here. Okay. So we can see VPMX is about 32 cents. This is low to high. So what this is again, you buy this like NFT. I could buy these at 32 cents and I get 4,600 tokens. Okay. Now, a little confusing. Once you get tokens or you mint tokens, in order to transfer them, you have to, let's see, where's it at? Transfer. You have to inscribe it into a size. So like in my wallet, I have VPMX. I have 22,000. So, and it says transferable 2,000. So if I wanted to send, I click on this, and basically if I want to hit transfer, I can inscribe, and you select amount to inscribe. So if I wanted to put these in another packet of 2,000, and then I pay the fee, and then it'll be transferable. So at this point, I can move this over to my other TapRoot wallet on Ordinal's wallet, but you won't be able to transfer them until you make packets. Now, here's something to keep in mind. Make these packets sizable, because if you make them too big, okay, if like this, maybe the buyer doesn't want to spend $1,400, okay? Maybe they want a smaller size. So 1 to 2K packets of inscriptions is probably the most desirable, but just keep in mind you'll have to pay more Bitcoin fees, and they are pretty high. So, there's not much to be said about that. Now, one other thing. if you click over here on BRC-20, there are in progress mints. Okay, now again, don't get scammed. So what is an in progress mint? This means that you mint just for the gas. So one of the tricks here is to look for the projects with a good amount of holders, okay? Because what I've noticed is there's endless shills and scams here, okay? But only the projects that have a decent holder base seem to be getting off the ground, okay? Now, people could scheme and scam and use bots. It's a pretty expensive process, but it is possible. So just keep in mind, like anything under 1,000 holders, you're really just kind of hoping for a moon bag at this point. And then some of this stuff doesn't make sense. 1,900 holders, but only 0.1, so that's too big. So like if I wanted to get in on this sats action, I'd click on sats. I can mint directly, and they have some ridiculous amounts, 21 bazillion trillion. It's stupid. But yeah, so that is the ongoing mints. So like I said, the mints, you're just paying the gas, okay, which is still expensive, okay, but just keep that in mind. But just don't get ripped off here, because some of these are just junk, because anyone can spool these up, but getting ones that have community and some traction behind them is a different story. So that is Ordinals. On over to Xen. ETH gas, just absolutely stupid. 136, and it's just not slowing down. It's just silly. Uniswap, Tether, MetaMask, yeah. So Zen's not even on here causing all this. It's just freaking Uniswap and all these meme coins that are pushing up gas. So talking about the charts, Xen on a full retracement. I think we could hit this 2936 level. As stated, the Xen Doge launch, this is a little irritating to me. They delayed the Xen Doge launch till the 20th, which kind of sucks. I wish it would have been earlier when all this mania is happening. But pretty much all the Xen charts look the same. NFT ladders coming due, and pretty much people just selling into the, selling into the liquidity. So, but I'm hoping to see once Xen Doge launch. I don't know about Phoenix. I've heard very controversial things about Phoenix in the sense of whether it makes sense. The only thing I don't like about Phoenix, and maybe I'm just stupid, is they're just asking to lock your tokens up for too long. And it's just, I'm already waiting a year and a half to get my Xen. I don't want to wait 2 or 3 years to get, possibly get some gains. And, especially as we're deep into this and we're testing the waters of how low this could go. Again, that floor is still there, and it could happen, and we might have to go down to that level in order to capitulate. And I assume a lot of people, especially at these levels, aren't going to claim their Xen, but who knows. Going over to OpenSea, especially with the high gas, I'm asked by people that are late to the party. They're like, what's the best way to get into Xen? Right now, it's just simply getting a Centurion on OpenSea, because gas is ridiculous. So, I mean, we're approaching the 1 ETH marker on these Xens, and yeah, it's pretty darn pricey. But again, it's either that or spend $3,000 or $4,000 to mint a Xen NFT, and that just doesn't make sense right now. And I talked about this. This is a good thing for Xen, because this pushes back the price pressure, makes this market a little more lively. So, like I said, if you want to get in Xen, just get an NFT on the open market of somebody else that's probably selling for a loss. So silly. All right, lastly, let's talk about Xen.game. Okay, So Xen.game is very similar to the old FOMO key games. And as we know, the way you win in these key games is by sniping and getting in first. Okay? So I have mixed feelings about this. I mean, this could be good for the ecosystem, but this is one of those things. You buy the keys, and then as a holder of the keys, you get ETH, and then you hope that someone keeps bidding the timer and the game never ends, and people make all kinds of gains. It's a great philosophy, but especially with ETH gas so high, this could be a very expensive endeavor. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I know ETH whales probably love this kind of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then somehow the NFTs are tied in. Or you burn NFT maybe or something like that. But this is still going. They say that it's not exactly like FOMO. But again, I've been in those FOMO games, and a lot of times you get wrecked. But we'll see. I may give it a try. I'll have some coverage on it as we move forward. Going over to Elephant.Money. Elephant's still crunching along nicely. These are the kind of charts I like to see. Let's see here. BNB info. So, BUSD pool 10 milli. Total market cap. And actually, let's look at I'm more concerned about the LP. 47,000 BNB, quickly approaching that 50K liquidity mark. So, there's not much else you can say about that. Looking at the Treasury, woohoo, baby! Treasury sitting at 133 trillion, moving up into that parabolic phase. And I know, I heard that BT was thinking he might be focusing some of the ARB buys on might be the BUSD pool. I'm not sure what he's doing, but they're going to experiment this week with changing how it's ARBs between the two pools to squeeze it a little bit more. But beautiful, approaching that $20 million market. This is going to be sweet. I'm really looking forward to what Elephant's got in store, especially with the market starting to poop. Elephant will reign supreme, as always. All right, futures account, $97,000. So not doing too bad. Quickly approaching that 100K mark. As I said, I am just going to keep on depositing into the parabolic run. This is how it works. It's a very simple equation. But yeah, this is pretty sweet. Super close to my first double. Looking forward to seeing my balance at 200K. 98,314, so close, baby. That means I hit 100K this week. Have to have a little party when we do that. So the first double is the roughest. It seems like a crypternity. And actually, let me look at my spreadsheet and we'll see. So days running has been about 106. And my compounding, so 106 to my first double. So, this seems like a long time, but it's really not. Because in Elephant.Money Futures, you just have to pretend the money's not there and, just be patient and keep rowing. And this is what community-driven protocols are all about, is building an economy. And you build economies together. And I've stated that. So check out Elephant.Money. The Elephant.Money Futures contract is going to probably be one of the biggest contracts out there on BSC as we move forward. So that is about it for today's updates. A little long, I know, but a lot to talk about. Yeah, that's about it. I did pick up another Centurion on ETH the other day. I think I got it for 0.881, so not a bad buy. Added that to my stack. And I have a whole bunch of ladders coming due. And again, I got a little bag of Xen on the side as we roll into the Xen Doge. So either it moons, Xen moons again, we get some nice price action into the Xen Doge, or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, then I'll probably go max and burn my Xen for Xen Doge. But if the price moving into Xen Doge is kind of a sell the news event, I definitely will take some profits on that side bag. So the way I look at it, you really can't lose. If the price stays depressed, I will mint the whole bag of Xen Doge. If the price runs a bit, I'll probably split the bag, mint some Xen Doge, and take some profits. So yeah. I hope you liked today's video. As always, like, subscribe. This is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.